bastard sermon, you motherfuckers.
Welcome to another episode of the Bastard Sermon. I'm one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker,
Luke Young,
Lloyd Johnston.
and this week we have on renowned health and fitness experts, Jeremy Johnston and Blake motherfucking Hammond. Give it up, boys.
Yeah.
They're not that. I'm kidding. They're Just the Clip podcast. They're local comedians. They're fucking hilarious. Love these guys. What's up, guys?
What's
I do
up?
have over 10,000 steps today, so.
That's fucking awesome.
Jesus Christ.
New brewery jobs got you walking around a little bit.
Now I'm
I like
still,
that.
on the-
start.
Yeah, it's on his arm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is it the which
Nah,
arm?
man, I work.
No, I'm sure of that. I'm just saying, like,
Sex work is work.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Is like that's an extra way to kick up the steps a little, just so you feel better about yourself after. Like,
Yeah.
no,
When you blow your fucking disgusting load all over your fat stomach, you'll feel pretty good.
I do it in the shower. I don't wear this in the shower.
see,
Just
that's
don't
why
get on the screen.
that's why you hit the sink on the way to the shower.
Wait, do you really jack deck in the shower? I have trouble jacking deck in the shower.
Sometimes.
Like the standing up.
Yeah, I
something.
don't like it
Can't-
either.
can't
my
happen.
knees buckle.
There's
Yeah.
something about the wetness that makes it too dry also. Plus, when you
Well, I
finally do
don't
come, it
use the
turns into like...
wetness.
Yeah, but it turns into like glue. Like your cum turns... If you do come, it
Yeah,
turns into
yeah.
like fucking shellac in your hands.
Well, I don't
Start
get it on
setting
my
up in
hands.
your
I don't
palm.
see where it goes.
All right. Well, my dick's a grumpy old man. It just like blip, it just comes out the top like a sad volcano of jizz.
that is the saddest
You could,
orgasm I've
also,
ever heard.
you could also put your Fitbit on your dildo if you're jacking it in the shower, right?
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to do the same thing.
I gotta get a bigger wristband for this.
Or
Oh fuck! What's going on, guys? I'm happy to have you in the studio, not on a Zoom chat.
Yeah, dude.
Those suck fucking dick, by the way.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah.
But I know it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun to. It's all right. I don't know,
Yeah,
you
well,
don't have to
you're-
leave. You don't have to leave your house, so that's okay.
Nothing better than all your
I still
jokes
don't.
falling flat because there's a fucking 2-second delay. On
Yeah,
everything.
right.
So someone's talking over somebody, but also then waiting for someone else to talk.
Yeah, right. Because you can't tell if somebody's about to or not, and you're just all just sitting there in silence.
Well, I like
bedroom.
I like that I was about to agree with him. Like, yeah, you don't have to leave your house. That's pretty dope. I don't leave my house now.
yeah, he's like, yeah,
I still
no,
don't.
it's fine.
We would never do this podcast again if Lloyd had to leave. He'd be, yeah, I'm out now. It's not.
Yeah, I've been
gonna-
up and down the stairs twice today. That's good enough for me.
I'd rather just go and not have to do the work though. Like setting up. I mean, we do it at my place, but I got to set it all up, and I'm like, that's just time.
Oh, Cody comes over and sets everything up ahead of time.
Yeah, I clean his apartment. I take fucking trash out. I'm not even exaggerating. I've dusted. Since I've been here, I've taken 2 bags of trash. I've dusted. I've jacked Lloyd off and fucking got the table all set up. Just have to, yeah. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
leave
price of
me a
greatness,
little
baby.
something when I get here.
Lloyd's
Yeah.
my 38-year-old son. It's great.
Let him jack off Lloyd.
Yeah,
one
let's say
time,
that
you know
for
what I
me,
mean?
bud.
Yeah, I'm his 38-year-old daddy.
I don't want your guys' big dicks fighting each other, just trying to bite each other for dominance the whole time. Lloyd's dick's all tattooed, trying to wrestle Luke's dick to the ground and shit like that.
Yeah.
Tattoo guy always beats the freckles.
Yeah, Lloyd's dick knows jujitsu. So
Yeah, you don't want
he's
Lloyd's
gonna
dick.
put fucking Luke's dick in a Kimura.
Yeah, you don't want fucking Lloyd's dick breaking out the adult karate on Luke's dick. That's no bueno. That's my.
Fuck that at this point.
See,
My
really
dick's like
choke-
Steven Seagal. It just like barely moves. Like,
Choking it there just helps get me off, and it just gets bigger.
Yeah,
you just
right.
make it
That's
stronger.
the problem. Yeah, he's just coming.
I've defeated you.
Oh,
That's fucking funny.
well, you know how it gets harder to hold submissions after everybody gets slippery?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was gonna get so hard this early in the podcast.
See,
good
Luke-
thing you wore the shortest little peach shorts.
That's
ever.
what I said. I was like, hey man, could you have
Peach,
looked
those are pink
gayer?
salmon.
yeah.
Those are pink salmon.
My fucking bad, dude. I didn't know your dad grew up with money. That's insane.
No, that's the fucking
so
problem. That's
funny.
the thing. It's like he's like fucking cosplaying as a rich kid.
Yeah, that's dad. That's dad with money shorts. Why are you wearing
His
those?
dad won't even talk to him.
Hold on.
Yeah, but he has money. I just
because
don't.
he
He
found
should
out-
be dressed like us.
I was like, he's cosplaying like I don't. What's the flat build hat? He doesn't have the spiked vest on today, but
He's left
like,
it.
he's cosplaying something.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
feels
I
like,
am too. We all have our.
Well, I'm just saying, it feels like
costumes
when you're
on,
like,
but-
Yeah.
have you ever seen like pictures of Gen Con and there's that person like dressed half as Bumblebee and half as like Baraka from Mortal Kombat? And you're like,
I thought you were going to say Barack Obama. You know, the dresses half as Bumblebee and half as Barack Obama.
Just in blackface on top.
That'd probably been
He
better.
takes off the fucking helmet and he's just in blackface. So Bumblebee, what the fuck? Turn back into a car.
Just posing in between cutouts of Megan Fox and Michelle Obama. Like,
That's fucking hilarious.
I like how you tried to rip on me for being a nerd and then use the most absurd nerd joke of all time to, like, I'll show you what a
there
nerd you
literally
are.
was. There was a picture going around for this kid who was like he was in like half and half cosplay. And he picked like two things that were so far apart that you're like, what the like he had the big blade coming out of his arm and like the teeth and whatever, and the other half of them was fucking Bumblebee, like made out of like cereal boxes and shit. Like,
I like to think you didn't paint them either. They still have the fucking the Toucan Sams on one and Tony the Tiger.
Pops.
It looked like there was so much effort put into the dumbest thing that I've ever seen in my life. Like that's why I used that specific reference, is because as soon as I thought of it, my brain went right back to that whole like, oh yeah, that was a thing I saw one time.
Yeah, but when you saw it and you were like, it's absurd for no reason, you're like, and that's the greatest cosplay ever because it's absurd for no reason, and everyone else hates it, and everyone else hating it is why I think it's really good. Nobody else gets this, but he just forced me to watch the fucking Greasy Strangler, and it's the all-time goddamn worst movie of all time.
It's literally my favorite movie ever made.
Yeah. So go pay for the Patreon.
Yeah, I've never wanted to kill myself in the middle of a podcast.
So goddamn good.
And I've wanted to kill myself on this podcast a few times, but never more strongly than watching that movie and then fucking sitting here while everybody else is drunk having a good time and I'm all sober. It's 3 a.m. I'm trying to record a podcast with one eye open. Yeah, that was fucking miserable.
Welcome to it, dude. It sucks. It sucks being sober.
Are you sober too?
Yeah, dog.
When did you get sober?
Like 6 years ago.
Holy shit,
in October,
really?
Yeah.
What happened? What ruined your life?
Drugs and alcohol.
No, yeah. No, what'd you do though? Is it
I was doing pills for a while, and then to get off that, I started drinking real heavy, and then I was just drinking like a bottle and a half a day of whiskey, and then after that, it was like, yeah, Lloyd's like, but then, and then I just started smoking weed to get off of drinking. And I was high all the time, and I was really annoying. And then I just stopped everything. I was like, well, I don't need to be the weed guy.
I'm wondering if I should go into being the weed guy.
Don't be the weed guy.
Yeah, I'm
It
thinking
sucks.
that too, because I used to smoke so much pot, and then it just anxiety.
Yeah,
and it's
dog,
like,
that's what happened to
just
me.
makes me
I wanna be a
uncomfortable
weed
around
guy,
people.
but I can't fucking do it.
Yeah,
And
weed
I'm
sucks.
already-
Cocaine's great,
I
but I
love it.
can't do that anymore.
And
so
I'm already
God
fucking
damn it.
uncomfortable, dude. Like, I'm
love
already
it.
uncomfortable around people, so
That's
it's like I don't
like my
need the
normal
extra.
setting.
Right, yeah.
I was just talking about this, but everybody else smokes pot, so nobody got it. Lloyd got it, but Luke was over here like, I don't fucking understand
I don't
at
get
all.
it, no.
But it literally takes what I already don't like about life, and it multiplies those aspects by 1,000,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
like,
Fun.
having a big dick,
Yeah.
being rich, takes all those and makes it better.
No, but yeah, it does. It sucks because it makes you anxious, and I mean, some
My-
people it takes away their anxiety.
Well, my
That's
roommate,
me.
he smokes pot nonstop.
Yeah.
I don't even know how because he just never had a job, but he like
How's he
he's like
affording to
into
live
shuts.
with you?
He probably sells it.
I don't. He asks his parents for money. He like goes home. I don't want to talk about it because he's gonna listen to this. But like,
He on the way down here, he's like, I don't want to talk shit about anybody. Well, like 5 minutes in, he's like, anyways, my roommate's a piece of shit.
no, I was saying I am jealous that he like can smoke all the time, and he's like it shuts my brain off. And I was like, I gotta use alcohol to do that, and weed like amplifies it, and I'm just like a fucking mess.
We just made me more tired and more hungry, and I'm always tired and I'm always hungry, so I didn't quite get it. And then I would smoke enough to get fucked up, and I'm like, well, that was like $60 for.
Yeah.
I kind of feel a little more goofy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he used
Like,
to feel.
no,
That's how it used to make me feel.
I clench my jaw less, and the physical when I'm really really anxious, I have a pain in the center of my chest. It's like a buildup
Yeah.
of like
Of the same
pressure.
shit.
I can't do anything to relieve it. But as soon as I rip that bong,
When I rip the bong is when that happens.
dude,
Yeah.
it disappears almost immediately.
I wish
Believe it or not,
Almost
I,
immediately.
like, what little bit of like catching something before it comes out of my mouth
Yeah.
also goes completely away.
Yeah.
Like I'm already fucking autistic, say the wrong shit constantly.
Yeah.
It got so much worse when I I tried to smoke weed for a while, if that makes any sense. Like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe I just got to get over like the hump of like, and I end up pissing off just almost everyone I fucking knew. So they'd be like, how's your day? I'd be like, better if you didn't say that.
Jesus
Like it was just like, well, I mean, that's the shit that comes into my head anyway, and I've learned not to say out loud.
Are you like a serial killer?
Yeah, he is.
No. All right, here's the easiest way to explain it. Alex Schubert is autistic this way. I'm autistic this way.
Yeah.
So mine's literally like.
But together.
Together, we're a fucking normal dude.
Together we make fuck you, we like the Bengals.
Captain Autism.
But no, like it really did get worse where I was just like, the things I've taught myself not to say out loud, I didn't catch them quite as quick. So someone would be like, hey, how are you? I'd be like, you don't actually care. You're just starting a conversation with something stupid.
Yeah, Jesus.
Well, that sounds like shit I say.
Yeah. Well, you're also fucking probably autistic.
Yeah.
But it got like way more noticeable at the point where everyone's like, what's been going on with you lately, man? And I'm like, all right, I shouldn't continue trying to smoke pot. Like,
yeah. I feel like that too. I mean, when people ask me how I'm doing, I know most of the time they don't care. But then the times like you do, you're like, "Oh, how are you doing?" And then they're like, "Fuck you." It's like,
Why?
I legit say, "How are you doing?" To like when I say it, I'm only saying it to the people I want to know how they're doing.
Yeah, right.
I could give a fuck less about strangers or people I barely see at work or pass by. But if I were to see any of my friends, like, how have you been?
Yeah,
and that's genuine as hell.
Yeah.
Because I won't even ask that of my family. Like walking into the house, like,
Mine
how
was-
have you been? I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Mine was a lot more like I'd be at a grocery store, like me and my buddy would go to a grocery store to pick something up, and the cashier would be like, "Oh, how you doing today?" I'm like, "You don't care."
yeah,
Why?
right.
Well, usually they'll say it to me, and I'll be like, fine. And then I'll just walk away. I was like, oh, man, I should have probably asked them, too. That's probably what they wanted.
But it's
No
also,
wonder no
dude,
one likes
when they
See,
when you do, then they tell you. Then that sucks. You know what I mean?
That's where I've gotten better over the years of being like, "Oh, I'm fine," and I'm like, "Hope your day's well too," because I don't ask. I don't want to ask.
Nice. Right.
I'll just
Nice
go,
move.
Yeah, I
hope you
hope
got a good
it's
day.
well.
Hope your day is going well. You know.
You're missing an opportunity here to make sure this person never asks that question ever again. Like, how am I doing today? Well, I tried masturbating, but my dick went soft on me, but I still wanted to come, so I continued masturbating. I came with a soft
Have
dick.
you tried the shower?
After that, I had a hot... just start telling them, like, the most horrific shit ever, and they'll...
That's so much more effort than I want. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
see.
gonna say something fucking awful in the interaction anyway.
But you've
Bad.
eliminated the possibility they'll ever ask that question to another person. They'll just assume you're a dick
and
and
you might
move
get
on.
banned from that Kroger's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hold on. There's only so many places I have not been thrown out of, so let's not.
Is talking about jacking off, like, illegal? Is that... Can you get
No.
banned? How does that work?
Let's go to our expert, Luke. Yeah.
Man on
Hey,
the
is it
street.
illegal?
He jumped on that quick.
You can make anyone
Actually-
feel uncomfortable about anything and say it as long as you're not going to say I'm going to do this to you. You
Really?
can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, like I still do the ones that I find amusing. Like the day after we recorded the podcast, and I went up to the tire place to get my tire fixed, and the guy was like, "How's your day going?" I'm like, "Well, grandma died yesterday, and the other one died this morning, so I mean, I'm doing." And he was just like, "Cool, man," and like walked off.
I
But
feel
the ones like that still amuse me. Yeah, but I don't need any more of that shit than I'm gonna do naturally.
yeah.
I don't know. I
Alright,
feel
fair
like you're
enough.
like a legit psychopath if a stranger asks how
Yeah.
you're doing, and then you tell them. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
That's
Dude.
fucking crazy.
It's one of my least favorite fucking interactions is someone just like, "Oh, hey, yeah, how's it going?" And they're like, "Well,"
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, "Fuck!" Like, every
Well,
time.
we're short staffed today. It's like, oh, I didn't care. I didn't actually ask. Do you have my food?
Like, oh, you're short staffed. You probably should be taking time to make this
Yeah,
answer.
right. It
That's what
sounds
I
like
like.
you got to get back.
I've told people, I was like, dude, I don't even talk to my girlfriend for this long. Like, shut the fuck up.
Dude, that's where I have a hard time disassociating. Like even with my girlfriend, I'll have a hard time. Like I can't say that to her.
No, I know. I can't
I
talk
can't-
to her
that is-
either.
that
I'm
is
like,
a-
you think I'm going to talk to a
I
stranger?
can't give her that reaction that I would give to anyone else because that's going to start something else that's going to make my day even more stressful.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that I'm not, because all I talk to are comedians and her.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? I'll just be like, this fucking retard, and then she'll be like, what? And I'll be like, I
love
really-
how every guy that I know is just describing the miserable relationship that they're in all the time.
It's not miserable. It's not miserable.
Right?
It's not miserable.
And then you say it on a recording, and they get all clammy about it.
No.
Oh no, I love her so much. Liars. No, you don't.
That's not
No, that's
right.
hard.
If you did, you
Yeah,
would've-
I love my
I'm just
girlfriend.
saying I'm not going to talk.
She's my
She
fiance.
hates
She's
you.
not she's my fiance.
He made a
I
mistake.
got that. She'll be mad about. She won't be mad about the other things. She'll be like, yeah, that happens all the time.
So yeah, she's my girlfriend, his fiance.
Yeah, right. She'd be so lucky. But yeah, no.
You're sweating just sitting here telling jokes. I can't imagine the fuck sesh.
Oh, dude, it's terrible. But we have two air conditioners, so we're good.
Both on him.
Yeah, they're
like-
both on me.
Like she's got one of those like things you bring in when the floor floods.
Yeah.
Like, when he just sits by the bed like,
That's how we clean up my cum. But yeah, I don't know.
he's
It's
just
not-
got weird stalactites growing off the wall on the other side of his bed.
To make it last, he gets a box or a fan on oscillate, and he just hums when it's on him. And then when it
Why would I
turns away,
just
just
turn it off?
slow
Oscillate?
it down
Why wouldn't I just put it on me?
to make it last longer.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. But who gives a fuck about that? I'm trying to get this shit over.
Yeah, he's
with.
trying to get out of it too.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking done. I'm done fucking. Honestly, I'm 32.
You're over
I'm
it?
over it, dude. I only fucked.
Didn't you?
What did you say?
I'm done fucking,
over
dude. I'm
sex.
fucking over it, dude. I've done it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's fine. It's not like it's not getting any different.
I do things to make it funnier for me, like just creep farts out while there's a fan going, and just watch your facial expression change and feel her pussy dry up around my dick.
He's like, dude, I always end up with girlfriends that, like punch me in the face. I think you just fucking nailed it, bro. Like, I think you just figured that one out. He's like, why the fuck you always get girls that are fucking violent and want to hit me? I think the
There's
more
only
you
been
talk,
the one.
The more you talk, the more we get it.
There's only ever been the one.
I know, but I'm like feeling more and more like understanding for her as it goes on. Like, I fart on her and shit. Like, yeah, all right, well, yeah, she might hit you for that.
That's fun.
Yeah. There's nothing like a nice domestic violence to really clam everyone up with. I just hear at the end of
Yeah,
a real
let's-
story about me
let's-
getting beat.
Well,
you were like,
right.
well, that was fun.
Yeah,
And
let's-
silence in the room.
That's
But at least
fun.
women got representation in that. So that's
Yeah,
good.
right. Yeah,
See,
Lloyd's a
I
feminist.
I
He
took
lets
their
women
side.
beat him.
Honestly, I've had a couple of girls that hit me. It's always fucking hilarious to me.
Yeah.
And I don't handle it aggressively. Like, I don't respond
He just
violently.
kills their dog in front of them.
Well, I mean, we did. We
See what happens?
I'm not gonna hit her back.
Well, I mean, he's
He
not.
was literally saying on the last podcast that he was like, yeah, I won't hit him, but I'll like do way worse stuff. And I'm like, what's worse? He's like, I'll just like lock her in the bedroom and go burn her pictures of her grandma because I know she doesn't have a backup. Like, God fucking
With you?
damn.
What is wrong with you?
I can't hit him back.
So I just psychologically traumatized.
Psychologically knock them out.
I'm just saying it only takes one time or something like that for they're like, I'm probably not gonna do that again. Like,
Yeah, that's a spinning wheel kick of the psychological world. Burning grandma's picture.
you know, I didn't know that was so fucked up until everyone said
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
like I said that the other day and everyone just stares at me like,
You're an autistic serial killer.
Trying your own
Like,
piss
oh, let
isn't
me
that bad
count the
now.
bodies. You know, it's not like,
no, I'm like dragging the bodies through and Alex is just counting them as
yeah,
they
and
go.
you're like, this doesn't feel right. We should do this again.
God damn.
That is fucking wild, dog.
How do you do jujitsu with autism? Isn't it, like, aren't you weird about getting
No, I feel like
touched?
that's like a puzzle, right?
Yeah,
Like, that's like
it's,
a very
you can,
much.
you can get past like the touch thing because it's
If you can murder the other person.
no, it's like playing chess with a bot like with a human body. It's fucking the
yeah.
the puzzle and it's just fun too.
Yeah.
Like just the fun of it and like the puzzle of figuring out how to do something better or how do I adapt this for someone this size? It's constantly answering questions, so you can kind of get past like the touch sensory stuff, and like a lot of times I would be like the guy in jiu-jitsu. My gi was always fucking just washed,
Yeah.
and I would spray it down with like cologne or something so I could control the amount of smell around me.
All right.
Because like that's another one of those sensory things that kicks off. But you just limit how much of it you have to deal with because it's so fucking fun to do.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely just chess. That's all it is.
I get it. That's I do that with getting girls to like me. It's like, what lies do I have to tell to get her to sleep with me?
What story do I need?
And
to
then after I
weave?
fuck her one time, I'm like, surprise! This is how I actually am.
Let's go get a
Spilling
tattoo.
beers in bed, passed out.
Like, you want to hear a joke with the N-word in it? And they're like, no!
He was inside me.
Yeah, my cum's drying on her eyebrows.
Do you want to hear a joke with the N-word in it? Well, Cody, go ahead. Yeah, you asked. And I said yes. Go ahead.
I don't have any. I was just
That didn't-
ripping off Cumtown.
The joke didn't have to be from you. Like,
You got a couple lined up. Good. Feed me one right
no,
now.
I just mean you're like, you want to hear a
Jeremy's
joke with
like,
the N-word in it, then you just play, you know.
I've got a couple.
No, I just
I've
meant you
never-
didn't say I'm going to tell you a joke with the N-word in it. You just said, do you want to hear a joke with the N-word in it?
Right.
Could have
And then
been. You could have played a clip. You know.
Sure.
All right, whatever.
Let's turn on Birth of a Nation.
I was trying to like fucking defend you for some dumb reason. I don't know why.
That's where you fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
You don't defend Cody.
I'm about to
He doesn't
get
need
crazy like Lloyd now and just fuck all you guys.
The autistic side of the table has been drawn clearly.
Are you autistic too?
I don't think so.
No, they usually have a talent, right?
Yeah.
That's Jeremy's joke. That's,
Yeah.
I can't get credit for that. Just stole his own
Yeah,
line
he
and
stole
fed
my
it back
bet.
to him.
Can we talk about just the clip, just so the people listening can get an idea of what you guys do?
Yeah, dude, it's me yelling at Jeremy for an hour usually,
Great.
and hitting
And
a
me
vape.
revealing stuff, but nothing like that fucking psycho shit.
Yeah, now he's like fine. Like Jeremy's like, oh, I drank my piss or whatever. Lloyd's like, yeah.
I thought that everyone had tried their own piss at some point, and he's like, no one's ever done that.
I tried
Is
my
that
own
not-
cum one time, but
We
See?
did that too, but
See,
that was
people
less.
have done
That was
this.
less, like shocking. When he was like, "Oh, why would you drink your own piss? It's all warm and salty." I was like, "What do you mean?"
I've never done it.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Well, this is why none of you are good writers. You don't have a curious mind. So.
Yeah, I was curious. I was young. I was at the ripe young age of 27, and showing up.
dog. Yeah, he drank his own piss. He ate his own cum.
No, wait, before you keep going, and I
wasn't
do
the
want
same
you
day.
to, with the cum, you didn't like lap up a handful of it, did you? Or did you?
No.
I reluctantly I'm gonna make girls try this one day.
Yeah. I mean, you try it, right?
It's like a salty snack, and then I lapped
the
it.
salty.
Yeah,
No,
like,
he said he wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was like, what fucking fuss? What fuss, dude? It wasn't like, oh man, pogs and cum. You know what I mean? Like,
I remember the first time a girl squirted on me. Like I followed it around the way a dog follows a sprinkler system. Like, and then you find out that's probably
Dude,
piss.
that
Yeah.
shit.
I like that Jeremy
Piss
tries
me
cum the same way most people like check out like Firefly.
I heard good things. Why did this get canceled?
How did you? Can you tell the story of your piss trying? Is there a big?
It's not really a big story. I just
I mean,
tried
it's a
it.
fucking pretty big story.
all right,
No,
all right,
did you-
let me
so
ask
there I
you
was
questions.
doing a handstand in the shower.
So you thought everyone tries their piss at some point, and you're like, all right, today's the day. So what did you do to prepare yourself to pee? Like, what did you pee
He drank
in?
water, you
Nothing.
fool.
Did you
I
have a
just-
chaser after?
Pissed in a one of those like Gatorade bottles or whatever, and I was like, oh, I'll just try a sip. It was already in a glass, so I was just like, I'll try.
I'm
it.
already pissed.
You pissed in a glass. You pissed in a glass.
Second question.
Planned this out.
No,
You had a motive for this
It was
crime.
definitely an afterthought.
if
I
you-
pissed in it because I was like not at home. It's not like I
this
went
is
home. and-
premeditated.
Okay,
I could
sex.
take it.
hold on.
Was it fresh, or did you wait for it to cool down?
It was it was warm. Yeah,
Oh,
it was fresh.
You're saying this like, yeah, I was filling Gatorade bottles up with my piss, like, you know how we all do. I'm growing my fingernails out, locked in my home movie
Yeah,
theater.
but-
There's jars of piss everywhere.
Keeping them in my trunk, just like we all do.
It's not like recreational. It's like how's no one ever just tried it? I don't know.
Easily.
Man, that's never been a fucking. It's never been an option. Never been a fucking even crossed my mind. Like, oh, I'm bored today. What should I do? I could drink my own piss. That'd be fun.
And you didn't go right
Never,
from the
dude.
tap? Like, isn't from the tap the nicest way to do it? Like,
Probably. I've never done
Right
that.
from
Because it's going to be Gatorade flavored, right? So don't you
Yeah,
want to get the
No, I think that's
water
just like,
fountain effect?
You just cut it a little bit.
Oh, you're gonna make me vomit.
Drank stepped on
dude.
piss, but it's still piss. You know?
Yeah.
Stepped on piss?
Yeah, this piss is.
He
He's rubbing his piss on his gums.
It doesn't
Oh,
right.
no, where'd you get this piss? This
Yeah,
piss is
this
dog
is cut with baby laxatives.
I'm like, nah, man, it's not too bad. Still got a little bit of that orange flavor, but it's mostly there.
This piss is making my tongue tingle. All right, that's research piss right there.
That's actually like what? Is that for meth? Some comic actually drank their own piss to get
Jessa
high.
Reed.
Yeah, Jessa Reed.
Yeah. She took meth. She would eat meth. She was real big in eating meth, and then she pissed, and then you can drink your meth piss and get even higher because your
And
body.
that's not
You
why I
just,
tried.
yeah, you just did it to fucking do it. Like, you fucking ate McDonald's and drank your own piss. That's how fucking fat you are.
No.
You're just like, oh, I can get a McDouble out of my fucking piss again. That would be good. Sorry, I can't eat McDonald's again today.
He heard they discontinued the orange iced tea.
I would have put it in a fucking McDonald's
bro,
cup
I ain't
if I had
wasting this last
McDonald's.
orange iced tea.
Could have gave yourself some quality piss. Just like could have juiced for a week or something.
Can we take the spotlight off? I just see Jeremy turning
Yeah.
a shade of red that I'm not.
No, it's just, okay, you want to know what our
There are
podcast
people
is like.
that
It's
drink
this.
actual piss and they don't have to deal with this kind of shit. I tried a little bit.
Those
You're
people
saying it
don't
like you
have
didn't-
friends.
Twice. That's it. 2 times.
2
little bit.
times? What? I thought it was one.
No.
Time I liked it. The
I
second
told you
time?
twice on the podcast, but I don't remember what I said the other time was. But
We try
What
my
was the
piss.
other time?
I don't remember. You got to listen to the episode. I don't remember.
All right. Well,
What about other people's piss? Are you in a piss play at all?
See, that's what these things aren't like that big a deal to me that I don't have a specific memory of. Oh, the day I tried piss.
All right. So what do you consider a big deal? Eating shit?
Yeah, that's disgusting. What?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
oh yeah, that's where you draw the
That's
line.
where you draw the line.
Yeah, what is a big thing for you? How long after
I might have
9/11
to actually
did you
eat
wait
shit
to
though one
drink
day,
your
which
own
is crazy.
How long after 9/11?
Can we
was
film it?
Huh?
Was
Well, no,
it-
because they're talking about eating people's like fecal matter to cure
Yeah, right.
Crohn's. I'm just like, oh great, this is gonna fucking be the trifecta for my face.
Is that a real?
That's not
fucking
what they do.
study?
They do
is-
fecal
that is-
They put it
that is
in a-
real. That is a real.
They put it in
They
a
eat
pill.
it?
Though.
They're talking about.
Yeah, they
that.
actually
yeah.
put it
It's
in.
like a pill.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
because they've been doing like
yeah.
fecal transplant stuff, and it actually works oddly.
Yeah, but the
fecal
fecal transplant, they cut
that.
you open and they put
Well,
it
no,
in.
Yeah,
they
but that's
actually
like way
just
more
go right.
invasive, right? So if
Yeah,
they
yeah.
put it in the pill.
Yeah, they
you know
have
what I
like
mean?
things
It
where they're
makes
making like
sense,
these
right?
gel caps now with.
I knew about that with like changing your gut biome, right?
Yeah.
But like I didn't know that it was being used to possibly treat Crohn's disease. That's
Yep.
pretty sick.
I don't like how you
Yeah, it
say
is
gut biome,
gonna
like you
make me
know what
sick.
that is at all.
And
I do actually.
Do you?
And it's
What is
sick in
it?
a cool way, not a gross way.
I thought you said biodome.
I was gonna say,
My gut biotone.
like, what? We're gonna swap
I
Stephen
fucking
Baldwin out. I'm
love-
cool with that.
I fucking love Pauly Shore and Biodome.
Yeah, dude. Of course.
That might be the worst movie that's ever been made.
Get
Dude,
the
shut
fuck
up.
out
It
of
ruined
here.
Stephen
Just
Baldwin's
watch
career.
Greasy Strangler.
No, Stephen
you want to say
Baldwin.
Biodome
No,
is the
Stephen
worst
Baldwin's
movie
great.
ever made?
I just heard 6 people talk at once. Say it again.
You just saw Greasy Strangler, and you want to say Biodome is one of the worst movies you'd ever seen?
Tread lightly, Freckles.
No, to me,
I don't
I
wanna
liked
get-
it.
And
But
he
to
means
him,
it.
he said he hated it.
I don't want to get jits by Lloyd, so they were both great movies. I love them both equally.
Thank you.
You didn't like? You don't like Biodome?
It's
Biodome's
alright.
Fun.
It's fine.
It's fun.
It's a fine movie. It's just funner if you hate things. So.
I don't really
Yeah.
remember anything about it besides Tenacious D was
just-
in it.
The
Yeah,
week-
they
so-
were. They were.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I hadn't watched it like
gotta
11
save the
days ago, I probably would.
What the fuck are you doing?
Dude, I'm sitting at home with a
Just
broken
watching
fucking hip. I'm
fucking
just like,
Biodome.
dude. The other day I turned on The Hangover, and I'm sitting there like, why am I watching this fucking movie? And I was like, oh, because I've run out of shit. Like I've just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it just was like on the like just up on HBO Max. Like they
Yeah.
just added it, and I was like,
Okay.
all right.
They're
And I'm
for
literally
the-
laying in bed watching the movie like, I don't really like this movie. But I'm watching this movie while trying to go to sleep. But I'm paying attention to this movie because my brain never wants to go to sleep. And I was literally like having like this moment of like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, what am I doing with? I could just watch American Dad again.
Wait, you didn't like The Hangover when it came out?
Not really.
Really?
No, like I got.
I didn't
Tell him
care.
your favorite line.
No. No.
What's your favorite line?
No. Nope.
I was like, how is that not the
podcast?
funniest thing you've ever heard?
Come on.
I mean, we can't. It's the beginning of the movie, and he
Yeah.
goes, paging Dr. Faggot, and I think that's the funniest shit.
wait, no.
I think it's so funny every time.
I forgot about that.
It is funny.
It's
Right.
funny. It's
Just
just a
you
funny.
telling me that is
yeah,
funny.
it's just
Yeah.
a funny thing to like say to your friend that you would say to your friend in 2013. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now
No,
it's
when I was
like-
watching it the other day, I forgot that was in there at all. and Bradley Cooper yelling at from outside actually did kind of. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah, that's funny. It's fun. It's fun.
There's a
right?
handful
Yeah.
of things in there. I was like, oh yeah, right, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like I think when I first watched it, there was so much hype and everything. I was like,
Yeah.
I think it's all right. Like it's Zach Galifianakis doing
Right, and that's I think why I was most pumped up because that was like his
Yeah.
big, and I was such a
Because
big
they tried to
fan of
break him earlier, and it just
Yeah,
never
what
took.
fucking Out Cold, where he gets his dick stuck in a hot tub.
yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh yeah, it was like the ski resort.
Yeah, it was
movie.
like 2002 or
But
something.
that was like
It's
gonna
rough.
be his big break, and it was like
Yeah.
really fucking bad.
Let's not also forget the 11 seconds of Brody Stevens cameo time.
that he fucking
That he
milked
never shut the
for-
fuck up about an entire hour-long
Love
special.
it.
And then
Love
he,
it.
No
he's
wonder
in
he
part
killed
2
himself.
as well.
Yeah.
He was in part 2 too.
Him and Brian Callen in part 2.
Yeah.
And just play completely different people for
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, Todd. Like the guy who like directed, I'm like, I get these guys are your friends, but like,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with, faggot. It's just I don't get why that's your favorite line. Because to me, like, it's not. I don't know. I guess I just like.
well, it also like how it fits in because she's like, I'm glad you're so much more mature than your friends, and he's like, oh, they're not that bad, and then immediately it goes to him
cuts
screaming
There's
that from
a-
outside.
that screaming it into I mean, it's in a hospital.
Yeah, I just.
It's just, I don't know. God, okay,
I
now
don't know.
you're making me feel bad about it. Like it was 2013, man. I don't know. It's funny.
Grown up with friends that called each other
Yeah,
faggots all
right.
day. It
Yeah,
reminds me of a
we all
scene
did
from.
that, but
Reminds me almost the. Do you remember in Grandma's Boy when they're like, "Oh, somebody's here to see you," and dude's passed out on his cubicle, and Nick Swartzen hits the intercom, and he's like, "Oh, I hope it's a dude with a boner."
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
It's
yeah.
like the
it's
same
like shit like that.
stupid
It's
shit like
just
that that
dumb.
makes me laugh.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's so stupid, but it's very funny.
I get that.
I used to call my cat that. I just used to call my cat that all the time. So I don't know. That's
Okay.
why it's fun. Don't fucking try to make me feel bad, bitch.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I just I wanted to understand because to me I get like the whole calling each other that or whatever. It's just like it's not really.
I mean, it's
that
not
funny.
a great,
I don't-
well-written line. I'm not like, oh wow, the fucking.
Well, when you bring up that movie, you're always like, oh man, that fucking line. Like it's this
It's
great line.
just
So I'm
funny.
like, I just want to
It's
understand.
the only thing, the only line I remember. The only line. Maybe that says something about
Fair
me.
enough.
Probably.
Maybe
No, there's shit
Or the
like that in
movie.
certain movies where I'll forget it's there.
Yeah.
Like I said, watching
Yeah,
it
yeah.
this is literally just a couple nights ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that fucking like it did make me chuckle, and I was like, oh, I forgot that was in here.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other spots where I was like, oh yeah, that actually was kind of like
Right.
funny in the way it functioned. But there's other like, I have a bad habit. I'll just either watch Family Guy and American Dad, just
Yeah.
which
Right.
none of it's great writing. It's just
Yeah. Right.
goofy, silly nonsense jokes, which
Yeah.
I love. But also, then I'll watch like a movie I haven't seen in forever, like a comedy or whatever, and there'll be like 2 lines that I completely forgot were in there
Right.
that actually make me laugh.
Yeah.
What's like
And
the
it's like-
hard? What's the hardest you've ever laughed at a comedy movie in the theater?
Oh,
Probably Grandma's Boy when the monkey was driving. I don't know why that killed me.
Oh,
in the
what?
theater.
Dr. Faggot fucking is
It was
too
the
much
cut.
for you. But
It was just such a-
But a monkey driving is what gets you off. You fucking piss drinking freak.
I remember literally drooling on a newspaper because I got to the movie theater early before everybody else because my friends were all fucking idiots and couldn't make it on time for the showing that we were all supposed to go to. So I grab a newspaper and I'm sitting there like reading, waiting for them to get there before the next show. We go watch fucking Cable Guy. And I remember literally like drooling on the fucking newspaper at some point in the middle of that fucking movie. And like everyone around me looking at me like, what the fuck is happening? I hit that like
Yeah.
level of tired where it was like everything was like
Everything's
slapsticky, silly, fucking
right.
funny. And he was like, scramby eggs, Steven. And I start laughing there, and it just like rolled into like me drooling
Yeah, dude.
on a fucking newspaper. And then I was fucking hammered watching Borat when it first got like the
fuck.
night it came
Yeah.
out. And I was married at the time. My wife's sitting beside me, staring at me like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, what did I do? 'Cause I'm sitting there like, I'm like dying laughing with my hand against the fucking wall. And like the people behind me are like, okay, dude. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like being aggressive while laughing uncontrollably.
Yeah.
I'll probably remember that till the day I die.
I remember in the theater when we went and saw, me and my dad went and saw Jackass 2 in theaters. I'm probably 12 or 13 years old. And no one was in this fucking theater. I mean, no, it was just me and him. It was the hardest I don't remember one specific part. I just remember that being the funniest Jackass movie of all of them ever, and just like crying in the theater. Like there's bubble gum in my hair because I'm rolling around on the floor. I'm laughing so fucking hard. That was between them drinking horse cum and fucking locking Bam in a cage with a king cobra. He's like, "Fuck, come on, dude, I'm gonna shit my ass. Come on, please. Come on, fuck Bam Margera. I don't do any stunts on this fucking show." And then he's just like trying to crawl out of there. He's like, "You guys are fucking assholes." And then he's sitting up there drinking a beer, and then Johnny Knoxville comes around with a garden hose and throws it on his back. He fucking falls off and busts his head.
As soon as
everything about that movie was fucking awesome.
As soon as you said Jackass, I was like, countdown to when he does the Bam impression.
The worst impression of all time.
Cody loves. There's a whole podcast where 80% of it is him just saying, "Oh shit, my ass, man."
What about you, Luke?
Oh, like the hardest I've laughed at
In a comedy movie.
Yeah, what horrific torture murder scene was occurring?
Yeah, what dog got killed to where you're
I
like,
knew-
it was
I
Meet
knew
the
I was
Fockers.
I was out loud laughing with my friend when him and I had seen Tusk.
Oh, really?
Dude, I fucking love that movie so much.
And then I think maybe Step Brothers.
No, dude, yes.
Step Brothers had me floored in the
Step
theaters.
Brothers, I smoked a blunt before, and I was
Yeah.
real hungover, and we went in, it was like 11 o'clock, and I just remember crying. Like,
Yeah, man.
crying laughing. But the thing that made me laugh the most was Superbad, because I saw it when I was like 17. And they were all 17, and they wrote it when they were 17, so it was like they couldn't have been more geared at me in that moment, and just like fucking every part of that movie, I was just dying, dude. It was fucking funny.
I think the single hardest I can remember laughing at a comedy movie, not like it wasn't in a theater, I saw it at home, but when fucking Will Ferrell shoots himself in the neck with the fucking dart in Old
Yes,
School.
dude, in Old School.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like people, there's like 5 people at my place watching it, and it literally was like, I think people were like, did something happen? Like they were like, did like, is he having a stroke?
That's hilarious.
Like I was fucking dying laughing.
Yeah.
But my favorite memory of a movie theater moment is very different than laughing. Well, it involves laughing, but it's very much for the wrong reason. And I don't know if you've ever made an entire room of people hate you.
Yeah.
And I mean hate you. But me and my friend Sam, we met these girls at the mall, and they were like, "Oh, let's go watch a movie next Friday." So we meet them up there, and they pick City of Angels. It's Nicolas Cage, Meg Ryan, and in the movie he's an angel, and then he like gives up being an angel and to be with her or something. And then there's this scene at the near the end of the movie where she's just like riding a bike into town to go get groceries or something, and then it's just smash cut to a logging truck. And then smash cut back to her, and she's like putting her arms out. And I look over at my friend Sam, and he looks back at me, and both of us immediately are like, like holding in laughter. And then as it progresses, it does it again. You see the logging truck again, and he cracks. He goes, and I died laughing so aggressively that everyone in the theater is like looking at it, like staring fucking holes in us. And then, of course, she gets hit by a fucking truck, dies. It's so sad. Everybody's like, and me and Sam didn't stop laughing until the credits. And we get up and we try to like get out of there
It's
first.
like another 10 minutes after that, right?
Yeah. Like, you know how like when you're trying not to laugh,
Yeah.
and then you finally fucking crack. It just there's no stopping
Yeah.
it. I call it like church laugh.
Yeah.
But me and Sam, like, the girls get up and walk out. And me and Sam were like, all right, we'll try and get the fuck out of here. And we go up to the end, and there's like a guy like, hold on, guys, there's people letting out of the one next to you. So everyone's just lining up as me and him are standing right by the trash cans by the exit. Like, and every fucking face in there is just at us and hates us. Hates us so much. And I felt like I was like leveling up. As like everyone's staring at me with hate, I'm like, no, I was right. I was right. Like, you're wrong, I was right. You can all hate me, but I was right to laugh at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, the hardest I've laughed has not been comedy movies in the theater for sure. I was
Hardest I see you laugh is watching Michael Flannery. Do you remember that guy?
I don't.
It was from what was it called?
Kids Club,
Yeah.
Channel
Kids Club.
19 or something
But
like that.
he's a comedian, and
Oh, yeah.
he fucking ran this open mic. He's like fucking, I don't know, 50, 55, probably 60
Yeah.
actually.
He almost died of COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, I
But
mean, he's
anyways.
old. I
But he used to host this like kids cartoon. He would introduce the cartoons essentially when we were
Go
kids.
right in the front of that, Blake.
Yeah, he would introduce the cartoons essentially, right?
Yeah.
And so he hosts this open mic, and we go, and he's doing just the worst material, but he hasn't written anything since the 80s. So it's oh, what did you guys just get cable? And we're like, what?
He's telling Ronald Reagan jokes.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah. And Jeremy, he's crying. I mean, he's physically crying.
and everybody was
Does he
staring
think
at
that
me.
it's
Yeah.
because I bet he thought that he
No,
thought
he didn't think. I don't know. There's no way he thought he was doing good because we were the only ones laughing. We were the only ones dying.
He's like, "Where are you from, Kentucky?" Oh, well, this is electricity, and I'm just losing my shit. It's so fucking bad. And he's doing 20 minutes. He won't get off the stage, and he's hosting.
He's doing 20, and he does
Holy
5
shit.
in between everybody, and it's holy fucking shit, dude. This is a treat every time.
Did anybody address it at all?
No.
I don't think so. I think it was, it was just weird.
It was funny.
Well, the people who went up after him, we went up a little later because we came from another mic. But yeah, by the time we got up, everybody was gone.
But he also acted like he was running it all professionally, and he had this notebook, and he was like, "What are your credits?" And Blake was just like, Sirius XM, and he's just like, "What about it?" And he's like, "I was on it." And he's just writing stuff down, and then I was like, "I don't know, I just from around town, I didn't really say anything." And then he brings him up, no intro,
Yeah, nothing.
just goes, "Give it up next for Blake Hammond," and then brings me up "Oh, you can see this guy around town. He's great." He's using whatever I said. I was like,
I
"What the
gave
fuck?"
him a real credit, and he didn't use it.
I will say, when I first was hanging around a lot more often, I was always and I'm sure everyone in the Cincinnati comedy scene recognized me to a point.
Yeah.
But there's a point where I really was all right, I remember, and I'll say who it was after the podcast to you guys.
Okay.
But I remember Jeremy's face and me being like, okay, I think I'm gonna like this dude, because there was a comic on stage, and the look on Jeremy's face was so perfect for how I was feeling about how the guy was doing. And this is a guy who also I have another great story about that might be a little revealing, but he walked off stage one time and I heard him go, "Watch him follow that."
Dude,
And I was like, dude, this
that's
is an
wild.
open mic at a fucking pizza place. Calm down.
Yeah.
But no, there's one time he
I
was.
know exactly.
Anyone
who
who
it is
says
now.
that unironically, my God.
It was at Go Bananas, and I think you did a character or something.
Lavender.
Yeah.
Lavender.
But he was sitting over on the side when this other kid goes up on stage, and the look on your face, I was like, I'm gonna like this dude. Just from the look, just the couldn't keep it from being
Yeah,
the little bit of nose curl and what the fuck?
Dude, I fucking love bad comedy. I think
Yeah.
I like bad comedy more than I like good comedy.
I'm
to
in the
be
club,
honest.
dying, and everyone's staring at me, and I'm like, "You guys have no sense of humor if you don't find this shit fucking hilarious. How bad it is!"
Yeah, that's the fucking good shit. That's the fucking really great comedic minds are the people who have no sense of humor.
One of my favorite things at Brouhaha is watching people in the crowd die laughing to the worst fucking comedy.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking good. It only sucks when you're like, "Oh, I gotta go next. I'm gonna bomb." I tell real jokes. It's gonna suck.
I remember sitting at the stage right by not the tunnel stage, but that first one coming back up.
Oh, yeah.
Across from the big stage.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of comics sitting on that round whatever,
Yeah.
and there's a guy up and he's telling jokes, and I literally saw Phil Pointer his shoulders cringe at one of the jokes.
And that's got to be pretty bad when Phil is
Phil's such a nice fucking guy, and he's such a sweet. It's not how he's gonna.
Yeah.
But the guy told a joke, and I just saw Phil kind of ugh. And then this there's 4 women and this obscenely fat guy sitting in one of those chairs to the point where you're like, bro, that's not gonna.
It's not gonna hold.
And they're fucking dying at this just awful fucking joke, and then I'm realizing every comic sitting around they're watching them. They're not watching the fucking guy on stage. They're watching these people laugh at just the no punchline jokes.
Dude, it's wild.
Oh, here's a premise of a joke, and I'm gonna use a silly voice, and then everybody just fucking dies laughing, and we're all staring at each other all right, well, Okay.
What's the most? This was one of the questions the Tank Mansfield asked in the podcast group. But what's the worst show you guys have played recently? I guess since COVID's been over with and you guys are back to it. I'm sure you're still loving it again, right?
Yeah. What's the worst one we've done? Fucking Bell Fountain.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Oh, man. So I was headlining the show in Bell Fountain, Ohio. I don't know. It's Bell Fountain or Bell Fontaine. I don't
We were saying
know.
it too fancy. It was just Bell Fountain.
it's Bell Fountain, but it's spelled like Bella Fontaine. So we go up there. Some fucking guy, random dude on Facebook just added me. He goes, "Oh, can you do 45?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I ain't sure." And we get there, and I'm like, fuck, we're going to bomb. It is this bunch of fucking hillbillies. They're like, the guy's like, oh, there's like a lot of cops in the crowd. I was like, oh, sick. Yeah, they'll love me. And so whatever. Jeremy goes up. You tell your part half of the story. I'll tell my half.
Well, it was just like, first of all, the first two people that I had to follow were both like cancer survivors and had to fucking brag about that. So I was like,
and they also didn't. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. They go up and they're like, he's like, oh, at the beginning of COVID, I beat cancer's ass, and then no one clapped. And I was like, that's fucking the best. Like that.
Well, I really wanted to go up and open up with like, oh, I got some bad news. This guy's phone went off in the green room while I was up here. Turns out the cancer's back. But like, 'cause I was like, I gotta say something, but like, it's like, don't do it. I'm like, all right. And then it didn't matter because they hated me
want
anyway.
Us to get shot.
Actually pitchforked out of the town like
right.
fucking Frankenstein.
I mean, he said it to me, and I fucking died.
They hated me anyway. It didn't matter what you talked about, so I decided to bring up 9/11 for some reason, and that just
well, no, he
tanked
was.
me completely.
Here's the thing: he was doing fine with his like whatever, like the normal.
Yeah, if I'm like I'm fat, I'm dumb,
drinking
like,
piss.
Yeah, as soon as you talk about anything in the world,
they
freak
fucking
the fuck
froze
out.
up. Like the biggest laugh of the night was some guy that went before me, and he goes, "So Springfield sucks," and they got an applause break, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" So I just like went to Jeremy. I'm like, "I'm gonna bomb."
But
so
he
what?
was a veteran, and he was trying to talk about serving in Iraq, and they're like,
Yeah, they froze up.
I'm like,
on him.
what?
And I was like, oh shit! Like this is like a fucking any. So I go up and I'm like doing okay, and then I'm talking about being fat or whatever, and they're like, yeah, you are fat, and we're fat, and then so that we get that, and then I started talking about like anything real, anything was like to your kids getting taken away, like any joke like that, like just fucking, just like immediately tightened up. And then I'd get him again, like about talking about cum or whatever, and then I'd fucking lose him again. It was just the longest 52 minutes I've ever spent on stage.
You should have just ran it like fucking Bernie Mac's fucking live at the Apollo set.
I ain't
in the
scared of you
80s.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, he's scared of you
usually-
motherfuckers. DJ, hit that shit. It's
Yeah.
like hillbilly music.
A friend of mine called those rascal crowds for a long time.
Yeah,
I didn't get what
there
he
was
meant.
a person
Yeah,
in
that
Rascal.
was-
But he just kept saying rascal crowds, and I was like, what? Like this, like rascally people, and he's like, no, rascal scooters. He's like, you pull up and there's like a line of rascal scooters down
Yep.
the side of each aisle and across the front.
And a charger cable for each of them.
Yeah, I didn't get that's what he meant, but I heard him say it once or twice before, and then finally he said it, and I was like, what the fuck do you mean? He was like, no, rascal scooter. Like,
Well, there's shows meant for like old hacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's shows
Matt.
meant for like those kind of dudes that can't do comedy in clubs anymore, but did it in like the 90s. You know what I mean? And like we're like
the kind of guys who walk off stage and go, watch him follow that.
yeah, right. That kind of shit. Like, so they'll murder in those rooms. But if you
Yakov Smirnoff makes it stop.
yeah, oh, they would fucking absolutely. He would crush. He would absolutely
Yeah.
crush in that.
well, like, I've done shows like, I mean, everywhere you go outside the city, it's all rednecks. And I mean, I've gone to shows though where I see someone in the front row wearing like a Blue Lives Matter shirt, and I'm like, I'm in a fucking bomb. And then I just like realize, oh, well, I don't give a fuck. And like, I've sometimes had like amazing sets with like that crowd. Like, you couldn't talk about anything. They were just like,
Yeah, it was
fucking
wild.
weird.
It was absolutely wild. I mean, fucking, what did I even talk about that I thought, oh, they'll for sure like this, and then they just like froze up on it.
I can't remember.
Because usually with those crowd, but that's the thing too. Oh, I know exactly. Yeah, that's the thing with those crowds. Though, those conservative crowds, usually you can say whatever the fuck you want, and they don't care. You know what I mean?
Usually they're better about it because
Usually
they're
they're like,
these
yeah.
fucking snowflakes
Yeah,
are
right.
scared of
So
talking about stuff.
Right, yeah. Well, at one point I called them. I said, I was like, is this like a Catholic town? Because I was going to do a joke about being Catholic. And this lady goes, no! And I was like, so I talked about, so I riffed on that for like 2 minutes. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to do that joke because it's clear you guys are a Muslim crowd. And they fucking did not. I was like, that's the funniest thing I've said all night. And you guys fucking did not like that.
You did, I know you did your Trump motorcade bit, and you were like, even like, it's not political at all, just let me do it. And they were like, yeah, we're on board. And then still like went into it, and they're just like, nope, fuck you.
Dude, yeah, that fucking bit that crushes everywhere every time. Fucking nothing. Yeah, it was a nightmare.
You should have just ended every joke with that. Usually gets a standing ovation.
Well, it's like I could have said that about most of them. Like I could be like, oh yeah, that usually fucking does. That's why I start with it. It usually does pretty good. But yeah, it was a rough.
Does bombing still suck dick like that when you know you're funny? Because like at this point, you guys know you're funny, right? Like you're not bombing because you're bad at comedy. You're bombing because, or am I wrong about that?
No, it's still. Well, the thing is, I still think I suck, and he still thinks he sucks. We both still
also
think we
writing
suck.
new material is like the most terrifying thing to me sometimes.
That's not terrifying to me. I do it every day. I like it.
I know, but I mean, like getting new stuff I just still always get those jitters every time I like.
Oh yeah, I like
no
that
shit
stuff.
works, and then like, trying to do something else in the middle of it's gonna derail the whole fucking vibe.
Yeah. That is scary, but I like that. That's the only part of the set I like, where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this new stuff and see how fucking good it is. Like, because it could be killing with your old shit, and you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you guys bring just the clip shit to the stage ever? Like, the shit that you guys riff about makes me laugh my fucking balls off. Like, you were riffing about something about your mother was writing her own will or writing her own... I can't remember what it was. It was an old-ass fucking episode, but I remember...
It was probably about writing my dad's will, because they both got COVID at that point.
Yeah,
it was that.
Talking about how much your mom included herself in that.
Yeah. It was his eulogy. Yeah, if my dad died, how much she would make it about her. Yeah. Because he got COVID, and she was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, what do you mean? I fucking turned a bit.
The episode I just put out tonight, we were like joking about pop punk, and he does a bit about it now. So
yeah, I just like re-listened to it, and I was like, oh, I could do this as a joke on stage, and I just do it now, and it's real fun.
Fuck yeah. Talking about comedy is always the funniest part of the podcast. Fuck, what am I doing?
Yeah,
I'm just ruining this podcast.
Yeah,
but we did start doing bits like workshopping them kind of
on the thing, because we were like, well, that might be interesting to people, like we'll just do like a bit
and
each.
it's not, but we'll keep doing it.
Well, then fucking we watched Norman and Sam do it, and it's like,
well, we were kind of already doing it here and there, and then we were just like, I might as well just do it.
Yeah.
Do you do the editing for Just the Clip?
Yeah.
How much shit are you cutting out? Because every time that I listen to it, I'm like, what the fuck did he say? What did he say that he was possibly bleeping out right there? And like, who's this person's name? Like, how much editing goes into 1 hour-long episode of your own podcast?
A lot.
It feels like it. Why don't you just leave that shit in there? Like, what are you worried about?
Well, first of all, he doesn't want any retards or fags in there, so we got to cut both of us out of the show, and then
Which one's which?
So I gotta like figure it out.
But I've been cutting all those out. We're trying to like, I guess, talk nicer. I don't know. But then we like still talk shit and name drop, and then we're like, well, we don't want to cause trouble, so
we have like one person that we're okay with naming them. It's Ricky Glore. And
I think I left Wayne Mehmet's name in the last.
Oh yeah,
one.
and him too, because he didn't pay me. So fuck that guy. But
can we tell those stories on here?
Oh, but they're like, it's not funny though. It's it's just shitty. Like it's just really not.
Nothing
it's
about
not
that
funny.
guy's funny. I mean,
he's not funny.
Because everything doesn't have to be funny. I was breaking balls earlier.
Yeah, but you want it to be funny.
I love her.
What?
I would say, I don't know. I love going uncomfortable. So, what'd you think of?
I'm listening.
Oh no, dude, it was fine. It was honestly fine. His
Luke
first
was
time
the most
up.
elated that he was ever.
No, it was awesome. I was
stoked.
like, for the fucking first time, he had like a good idea, and it was like, oh, this is like workable. You know what I mean? And nobody knows how to write like a fucking stand. You can watch it forever and be like, know how to write a joke, but it's like to actually. And you were trying to tell a story, so that's even harder. But no, it was like a good idea, and it was a funny idea. and there was a lot to work with. So it was just like immediate, like, oh, do this or this, and everybody was like, yeah, this is fun.
Now go sign up for an open mic, you motherfucker.
But no, also, just so we're clear, I said that I wanted to make that uncomfortable, but he told me how it went, and he told me what he said, and I figured that everyone liked it. So I was actually just trying to be encouraging there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was just my underhanded way of being
I really
nice.
liked it. I was like real happy he came out. And then I was I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous because I like Luke. And I was like, man, I hope this doesn't suck.
Dude, I was nervous, bro. Like,
no, of course. I was nervous because I was like, well, this is just some bullshit I wrote today. So he's going to think I suck.
I got there and there wasn't, like, when I initially got there, there's, 10 people?
Yeah.
And then as I sit down, more and more people came. And it had already started. And I was like, well, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go up when there's like 20 people here, so I might as well go now. I went third.
Yeah, you did good, though. It was fun. And it actually started the night pretty good because we could actually like talk about your bit and get into it. And then people were actually like contributing. It was fun, though.
I'll be back tomorrow.
See, for all my mean, weird shit, like, I do find ways to be encouraging to people. Like, I would almost be embarrassed if Blake read out loud some of the messages I've sent him after shows and stuff.
No, they fucking make me not want to kill myself. It's awesome.
Like, I mean, but like, you know, I mean, there's only a handful of times where I'm like, hey, no. Like, I'll see you be like, after a show, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I'll get home, I'll give it time for it to marinate or whatever, but I'll send him like a really fucking like sweet message,
really nice.
Like, hey, that was fucking dope, dude. Like,
yeah, because I'll probably just be mad about one thing that didn't go the way I exactly wanted it to, you know.
And there's a handful of people I've done that with, and one of them, like, one time was like, oh, like all those fucking sappity suck my dick messages you send me after. And I was like,
what the fuck?
Cool, man. Like, all right.
Jesus, what a fucking asshole.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? I fucking love that.
I won't.
Fuck them. Who did that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I know.
Burn his grandma's pictures.
I'll probably say he probably already has.
Oh, yeah, that guy sucks.
Yeah, I could see that coming from him.
The time and place that it happened.
You mean Patterson?
Is that who it is?
It is now that he's been Me Too'd and tried to come back.
Show back up as Patterson.
It's this guy, Kyle Patterson.
I'm sorry.
We'll talk about it on the Patreon. We're at an hour. All right. If you want to hear who's a pederast in the Cincinnati comedy scene, you'll fucking pay us $5, bitch. Patreon.com/thebastardsermon. $5 unlocks all of our bonus content. You get our free episode a day early. You get all 30 and counting bonus episodes, plus the Huckers Fuckers, plus the Bastard LLC, which we just did the first episode of. We watch movies on that thing, and then we review them afterwards. We're still figuring out the format, so bear with us on that. Give us feedback on that. Tell us what you think. Thanks, everyone that pays money to listen to this shit. This episode, as all episodes, is sponsored by the amazing, the talented, the incredible, the Long Dick Wizard, Anthony Tank Mansfield. Go and check him out at www.neiltoknoone.com. Same Instagram handle, Neil to No One. He does an awesome podcast called What You Into. He just did a live one at Fretboard Brewing Company with Sarah Lima. She's a collector of, I guess she helps out the Cincinnati Museum and shit like that. It was a really, really fun fucking live podcast, and it's all about hobbies and collections and shit. Buy his shit on his website or check his shit out on Instagram. He's fucking awesome. We love that guy. Luke, take it over.
We're also sponsored by Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop. If you want to get your water pipes cleaned, you want to go to Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop. They've got...
That's what you're going to do on the heels of that.
Yeah, man.
Flawless ad read that I just delivered.
For weeks now, he looks at me when I do the ad reads, and even right now, he is fucking
It's ruining you.
If you want to get your water pipes cleaned,
guys, this is the one that pays us money. Get this one right, Luke. Get this one right.
If you guys want to go ahead and get your water pipes, your bowls, your Kratom, your Delta 8 nugs or carts, you want to head on over to Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop because they've got the best around. Quality, pricing, you can't beat it. Go on ahead and head over to Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop, and they can hook you up with anything and everything you want at the best prices.
Address.
Let them know that you are a bastard, and they will hook you up with 15% off with your order. And you can find them at one of two locations, one at 937 Monmouth Street, Newport, Kentucky, 41071, and the other at 11424 Montgomery Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45249. Go give them your business. Buy that Delta 8. It's working, from what I hear.
They're great.
It's insane.
We love them. We appreciate them greatly. Go and check out the Just the Clip podcast at JTC Podcast on Instagram. They used to have a Patreon, but they decided they didn't want our money anymore. I don't understand, but thank you, I think. I don't know. I want to give you guys money. I wrote you some long, drunken cocaine message about, let me pay you still.
It was awesome,
yeah. And they were like, no. And I was like, whatever, fucking assholes. And then, yeah, but it's a great fucking podcast. They riff on shit. They talk shit. It's fun. It's genuinely a podcast that I put in my regular rotation. Go and check them out. They've got live dates coming up. I've got Blake's. Jeremy, do you have live dates that you know where you're going to be at?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm playing Volcano, and that's about it.
I don't know when any of this shit. When is this podcast going to be out? It'll be out in time. All right, so September 3rd, Maria's Kitchen, Lexington, Kentucky, 9 p.m. That's for Blake. This is Blake Hammond's dates. Do you want to read these, Blake? I should.
Yeah, I
let
can
you
read them. Also, the main one that I want to get across, I don't give a fuck about these. The main one I want to get across is that on October 28th, I'll be recording my first special for Amazon Prime. It's 30 minutes, 7 to 9 o'clock, Motor Pub. The ticket link is on my Facebook page right now, but I'll have it on my Instagram and my Twitter. So yeah, fucking buy tickets, come out. It's gonna be dope. 4x3.
All of us from the Bastard Sermon will be there for sure.
I'm
or
taking
I will hurt
work
the
off.
other two.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm taking work off to go to that for sure.
Fuck yeah. So that's the big thing. The rest of this stuff is all my Instagram. All my dates are gonna be there. So if you're in those areas, fucking come out. But yeah, that's the big one.
Fuck yeah, congratulations. I didn't even know that was
man.
happening for you.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
absolutely.
fucking
Dude,
awesome,
if
dude.
you've never
Thanks.
seen Blake live, go check it.
Yeah.
Like, he's, in my opinion, the funniest fucking person. No offense to any other comic around. Like, he's the
Yeah,
funniest
Jeremy,
fucking
go
dude.
fuck yourself, dude.
Hey, man. You know what?
I think
Jeremy's
Jeremy would agree
hilarious.
with me.
No,
to a
he
point.
is.
I think
Jeremy
Blake-
knows I think he's fucking funny. Anything he's ever fucking
Yeah,
put up
for
or
sure.
promoted, I try to show up to.
I don't even think. Yeah, I mean, I know Blake's.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
love
I
Blake.
try to show up to anything you put up or anything you do. You know, reach out to me like, hey, you want to do this thing?
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
man.
No,
I'm
you're
in.
awesome.
Like,
I don't care. I know
But-
where I.
This
Jesus.
is
Yeah,
the
why are you
weirdest way
making
to
it so
give a
weird?
compliment ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Why
Jeremy, you're all right. Don't worry, just hugging him.
Yeah,
patting
we're all
him.
like
He's
fucking.
doing great.
Yeah, you're
He's
funny,
okay.
too.
But he's just way funnier.
it just
I mean,
sounds like a
he's
shitty way for me
Yeah,
to say
you're
something,
funny.
but like, if there's
No.
a comic in Cincinnati where someone's like, show me what Cincy comic, like what Cincy comic I should see,
Right.
my first go-to would be Blake.
I appreciate that, man. That's
and
awesome.
If you want to hear a series of awkward compliments like that, go and check out the Fuck You, We Like the Bengals podcast.
Well
I
played.
just think Joe Burrow is the best. He is the best quarterback we've ever
I like
had.
that he says that. I like that he says that about a podcast where the whole premise is we just shit on people. Like, it's all roast jokes. Because you want to hear more awkward compliments. Like, no, I
That's
just
how
thought,
fucked up Cody's brain is. He's like, these are roast jokes? These are awkward compliments.
I thought saying the guy looked like a Big Lots Bratz doll was a fucking compliment. I thought it was a good thing.
Oh, you mean hot as fuck? That's that's
Fuck
funny.
yeah. Go and check, for real, check out Fuck You, We Like the Bengals. That's Alex Schubert and Lloyd Johnston from our own The Bastard Sermon.
Fucking dick.
Go check it out. It's fucking awesome. I love
Picture
it.
burning asshole.
Great roast jokes, Just a Clip podcast, What You Into podcast. All right, Patreon if you want to hear more. Do you guys have another hour in you? Do you want to do the Patreon? If you don't,
It's
I
up to you.
understand.
You
Wanna do the Patreon?
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't
Alright.
care.
You
It's up
good?
to you, dog.
Also, Rand put out a new Rumble Ups.
New Rumble Lips. Check out Rumble Lips for the first time in forever.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. All right, check out Blake and Jeremy. Goodbye.